Hello, this is Sheshachram from Mastercard Mysore. Today let us go into the points which are little subtle and difficult to understand, but we need to go into this in depth only to understand the planet much better. Because I have already done a video on retro Saturn, but I would want to put these things with the perspective of marriage. If retro Saturn is placed in the 7th, 5th, 9th, 12th, and also the ascendant. So many placements. So many people have these placements, and I have gone through a lot of charts with retro Saturn. And the combinations of retro Saturn along with Ketu, Rahu, Mars, and Moon gives extremely different results. So let us talk about those combinations in the forthcoming videos. But today, let us talk how does retro Saturn affect a person's married life. Very important point. So as we know, a normal Saturn well posited, I am just talking about well posited Saturn here. Well posited normal Saturn will give good patience, responsibility. A person can take a lot of responsibility, patience with regard to all sorts of situations in life. A routine, he can do the same work without getting bored, but throughout through a long period of life. So that is what is routine. That is like daily getting up, the daily course of life, and all these things. Fantastic. These people can set into a very good routine. They are experienced because they go through each and everything in detail, and only then I call this as experience. And because they have gone through so many situations, there is also an attitude towards adjustment and compromise. Now let us make a comparative study here. Patience directly becomes anxiety. Anxiety because here patience is that things will happen, let us wait and see. Here is that things will happen, the positive sentence itself will become like, when will anything happen? It's like always in question marks and also in exclamation marks. This gives rise to a lot of stress. It's not that these people don't have belief or faith on whatever they are doing, but the anxiety is that they want to have things perfect. The problem is that they want everything in place. Retro Saturn always wants everything in place. Be it, see, here I am once again talking about a strong retro Saturn. I am not talking about a weak retro Saturn. Today I am talking only about a well-posited, strong retro Saturn. A well-posited normal Saturn will give this, but a retro Saturn in these places. Ascendant, 7th, 5th, 9th and 12th houses will give different problems with regard to marriage. I am only talking about married life now. I am not talking about the 8th house, the 6th house and their prospects of retro Saturn. So anxiety, you all know that anxiety creates a lot of problem in married life. It's like, is this correct? Is this wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Should I have done this in a different way? So they keep thinking, the thought process is so much that the thought itself, it's like an obsessive compulsive disorder with regard to continuous thinking. Whether it is for good or bad, finally what will happen is these people go through a lot of stress. It might be developmental thought also, like I should be good in the marriage, I should be, nice to my in-laws, and I should be good to my parents. I should not become a sandwich in between my wife and my parents, or I should not, once again, in the girl's side, if I am talking about, I should be able to, live up to the expectations. It's all this live up to the expectations is going to create a lot of stress. They are very good hard workers. That's what I have written here. That though they are hard workers, they are extremely good hard workers. I have never seen a retro Saturn telling that I am tired. They can be very good hard workers. Their body is very strong and they can go to extremities of performance. But the point is that they get bored very soon. They want change. That is the difference between the retrogression of Saturn and a normal Saturn. A normal Saturn will be as normal as possible, going through regular routine and responsibility, not at all showing even a twitch on the face or on the forehead. The thing is that the expression should be as normal as possible, but these people cannot control their expressions, because they are always thinking, and then they also get bored. They want change. So this getting bored and change, how does it affect married life? Is that they want a little change in the routine of their married life. Like for example, they need to go out somewhere, they need to do this, do that, relax, visit some other place. So all this keeps disturbing married life until and unless a right partner has been selected, who also has spontaneous reaction. He can spontaneously react. If these people are with people who are sober and dull, they will leave them. They need people who can react spontaneously and take them around, keep them lively. This is what they keep telling. I want to be lively. So that's what happens, particularly in the seventh house, which is the house of marriage. They are always tensed, and they are like, my marriage is not happening only because maybe my looks are not right, or I want, the wants will be like, I want a person to be like this, I want the person to be like that, or they themselves start having the inferiority complex of sometimes. This is a strong Saturn, but still the complex will come there, telling that how will the other person, perceive me. So these questions are complicated questions. Many people don't even go through these things. So this is also one very important thing with regard to retro Saturn. They do not have the patience to finish one thing and then go to the other one. They have a lot of energy and strength. The enthusiasm is so high that they start jumping into the second or the third one before finishing the first task. So it is like they don't finish tasks. So they are not good managers. Why? Though they are hard workers, they have a disability, or I will not call it a disability, I will call that there is a difficulty for them to finish tasks fully and then go. Again, that patience once again comes and hits. Patience once again comes and hits. And now, the remedial measure for this particular thing, whether if retro Saturn is there, what should one do? The most important remedial measure for Saturn is physical exercise, physical workout. Like, the best thing is yoga. That is the best thing. So they need to calm down physically, and also the next best thing is meditation. Nobody can teach a retro Saturn. So nothing, no explanation or teaching is required. Just yoga and meditation will solve most of the problems of retro Saturn. Lifestyle, they are better than the normal Saturn, because they are having, they are consciously very practically open. Everything they will choose, even the food, they will be very good at food habits. Everything is fantastic. If they are able to, yoga gives, it slows down, it gives a that pace of life will be normal. So it brings your pace of life to normalcy. So these people have to become normal. They are hyperactive. They are hyperactive in their brains. The thought process is very high. So that has to come down. That will bring down the stress level, and then married life will be better. I'm not telling that all retro people will all get divorced. Nothing like that. But the point is that retro Saturn people who are having strong retro Saturn people in the ascendant or the 7th, 5th, ninth or the 12th houses will have faced or will are going to face difficulties in married life because of mismatch of thoughts. So that has to change, and once it changes, everything will be as normal as it is. So thank you very much for today's class. I hope I have put some light, thrown some light into the subject of retro Saturn and married life.